Okay. Listen, I could talk to you all night, but I know you've got a show to do, right? 1 o'clock, 45 minutes away, so what can we expect apart from this speech?
Well, yes, we're on the air with Rod Sharp. We're all just getting ready to go on the air. It's going to be a big night with this speech. The moment that Donald Trump starts to talk, we'll hear it as it unfolds with our panel of political experts and delegates. You'll hear every minute on 5 Live. I will be up in the gods, high above the auditorium, high above the audience, looking down on them, looking down on Donald Trump's hair, and... you get a very different perspective when you're up there for all sorts of reasons. So I'll be reporting back on the build-up. I'll tell you what the hair looks like from that sort of perspective. And
how high up are you? Do you need a harness?
No, you don't need a harness. You just need to be fit and healthy to get up 5 flights of stairs.
Well, you'll be fine then.
There you go. Yeah. One aside that's got nothing to do with this.
We'll be back on 5 Live at 1 o'clock with Up All Night alongside Mr. Rod Sharp. They're live from day 4 of the Republican National Convention in Cleveland, Ohio, and they'll bring you Donald Trump's keynote speech to that convention live. Let's just check in before we go back to Philip Hodgson, check in with Crystal Myers, who is, you might know if you're a regular listener to our programme, is a Trump supporter in Los Angeles, and we've spoken semi-regularly to Crystal since January just to gauge her views on how Donald Trump is being reported and thought of in America and around the world. And if I'd have said to you in January at that rally in Virginia that in 6 months' time he will be the Republican nominee for the president's job, what would you have said back then, Crystal?
Well, first of all, I did get married, and so my last name is Myers-Barber, so that's exciting news.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, and that was very recent. But anyway, going back to this awesome question, I already knew it was going to happen because I just love Donald Trump, and I'm with him all the way. I've been to 3 rallies since that time that we spoke.
Yeah. And what do you make of the feeling that Peter was describing there, where supporters are privately saying to journalists, we don't actually support him, but publicly they're clapping along in all the right places?
You know, we started out as what we call a silent majority for the Trump, but now we're a roaring majority. But there is a group that do not like Hillary, and they don't like Donald Trump. They have really not decided to even vote because they don't know what to do. They actually feel like they've been forgotten about. They've been let down by the current administration and the government. And this is a group, and I say it's all racist. And they're really, they may or may not have been in politics in the past, but they're just people that are really trying to figure this out.
What did you make of Speechgate?
What do you mean?
The claims of Melania Trump nicking nicking passages of speech from Michelle Obama.
I am so glad you asked me. So here it is. She, in my opinion, there's a couple of sentences that were taken, and her native language is not English. She speaks 5 languages, so she rehearsed it for a good couple weeks. And one of the people on the campaign, they helped her write it, and she took a couple of sentences from Michelle Obama because she admires her. So I see it as a great admiration, and I would not spin this off like the media has done to such a negativity. I would say, oh, I'm just so honored that she, liked me that much, that she would include some of these lines from the speech. But I heard the whole speech, and it was graceful and beautiful.
So if it's a tribute, as you say, then surely you just quote them, don't you? Rather than passing it off, surely what you do is you say, and as Michelle Obama said in 2008, and then you do the line.
Right, I understand. I actually thought of that as well. But, here again, she does speak those 5 languages, and since English is not her native language, she was steered possibly a little the wrong way.
Do you think she was... Sorry, go on. There's a slight delay on the line. Let me move on to another question with you, if I may. Do you think, and Peter was telling us that Donald's speech tonight will be on the teleprompter, it won't be coming off the top of his head. Do you sense he's toned down his rhetoric somewhat?
Well, I mean, I'm still laughing about the hair. I actually, at the last rally, I saw a fly land in his hair, and I was like, oh my gosh, it left. But you know what? Ted Cruz ate a booger. So listen, everybody needs to just shut up. But going back to this.
That's quote of the night.
Okay, listen. This speech tonight, whether he goes off the teleprompter or stays on it, is going to be about unity. what he's going to do for the United States of America. We are not the divided states of America. And he's going to deliver what we need and just tell us, and I think he's going to show us that he's going to appoint people in the Supreme Court to bring justice. And we're going to hear things that I think we've heard before, but I really feel that a lot of people are going to be able to understand more about what he's going to bring to America.
Thank you very much for checking back in with us again. It's a pleasure, and I hope you enjoy watching Donald Trump speak in about an hour or so's time. That's Crystal Myers-Barber, who is a Trump supporter based in Los Angeles, who we've been speaking to since January on this programme.